Why should I invest in Abuja? In this video, we're going to look at the reasons why investors should consider investing more in the city of Abuja, wherever you are in Nigeria or you are in diaspora. Let's take a look at 80 reasons why you should invest in Abuja. Number one is high and consistent demand for real estate. Abuja is Nigeria's capital and an administrative hub, attracting government officials, diplomats and expatriates, and of course corporate professionals. But I would like to give a little bit of breakdown to these three key points I highlighted. Now, each single government officials in Nigeria that comes into Abuja would always want to have properties, right? Now, for example, Nigerian's tenure for governors runs for like 4 years to 8 good years, right? Or maybe presidency. But what is important is that each single government that comes into power, or each single person that comes into power as a government official, all of them moves into Abuja and they want to have properties in their name. The second part of it is what? The diplomat and the expatriate, right? A lot of countries send the ambassadors into Nigeria. As they come into Nigeria, most of them need properties, they need locations where they're going to stay, they need to build their own houses or to buy their own houses. They need to ensure that they are living in a very standard place, and this naturally creates a demand. Now, most of the people as well, like different part of the foreign people, comes into Nigeria and all of them settles more in Abuja. That's why if you look at Transcorp, you discover that if you go there, you see a whole lot of white people, a whole lot of different part of the countries always flowing into Nigeria and staying in Transcorp or maybe different part of the hotels, and all of them needs real estate to be able to survive. Very important. So the third point I mentioned is corporate professionals. So here you talk about different kind of multinational companies, oil and gas sectors, telecoms, and different big industries. All of them have their operations right here in Abuja, and it creates so much demand for real estate. The number 2 on my list is strong capital appreciation, right? Now, property prices in Abuja rises steadily. In some areas like Maitama and Sokoro, the value of the property is going up almost every single month, right? And today in Abuja, there are a lot of emerging areas. There's a lot of developing cities. There's a lot of emerging locations where property prices are rising speedily. This is because people continue to have a demand. A lot of reasons why they need to build their house, they need to create office spaces, they need to have a place where they need to operate, and naturally it increases the value. It makes property prices to be able to increase, appreciate, very strong, unlike every other state. Number 3 on my list is attractive rental income, right? Abuja is experiencing one of the most amazing attractive income for every single landlord or landowner in the city of Abuja. Now let's take for example that you build your house in Abuja. Let's say you build a block of house, apartments, terrace duplexes, you want to put it out there for renting, or even fully detached duplexes for rental purpose. Trust me, you're going to have a very good and well compensated amount of money that people will be willing to be able to pay you to be able to buy those apartments. For example, in some areas like Maitama currently, a 1-bedroom apartment, as low as 1-bedroom apartment, is going for as high as 4 million, 5 million, 6 million. In Maitama, in Asokoro, you get 1-bedroom apartment between 5 million, 6 million, almost the same level with Maitama. Now, when you start talking about some areas like Warimpa, you'll be seeing the likes of 4 million for 1-bedroom. We want to talk about some areas like Busape, 1-bedroom between 4 million as well. Now, we want to talk about some areas like Life Camp, Otako, Jahi, Jabi, those places. You could see between 3.5 million, between 3.5 million kind of, or still a bit of 4 million naira. And when you start entering some places like Lube, what they call it, Kubwa, and the rest of that, so 1-bedroom apartment, you begin to see it within the range of 2.5 million and 2.5 million to 2 million, right? So this goes to different part of other areas. So even most of the areas where people consider to be a very lower kind of places, I'll put it on that word as high as 1.5 million to 2 million naira, right? So it's very rare to get a location where you can pay below 1 million naira for one single bedroom in Abuja. So this is very attractive for every single investor. So you know that if you build a good house, you build a smart block of flats, you build a very sharp rental properties in Abuja, you're going to have a very attractive compensation that is coming from your tenant. It's a very amazing one. The fourth one is an amazing one, and everybody is experiencing it so well in Abuja. That is rapid infrastructural development, right? Now, this is one of the most fantastic job that is going on in Abuja, whereby every location is experiencing growth almost at the same time, especially with the current minister that we have right now in Abuja. Now, he's ensuring that every single part of the areas that were left abandoned initially, work is going on there continuously. Now, if you look at the past 2 to 3 years, if you've been in Abuja, you'll discover that the kind of growth, the kind of infrastructure that have happened within these certain 3 years have transformed and have brought Abuja to the current Abuja master plan that have been proposed, many years ago. So Abuja is experiencing one of the most greatest infrastructural growth, beyond every other city. Right as I speak to you, we have over 20-something roads that have been commissioned by the minister, and he's working in all of them at the same time, and it helped real estate within that entire axis to be able to grow. So every single area where people are, they discover that amenities meet them there, and it helps the value of the property to appreciate significantly. We equally have rail and airport development. Now, we have a lot of new estates that are coming up and many commercial hubs. All of these things ensure that the infrastructure in Abuja stay on top. The fifth one is population growth, and that means more profit. Abuja is growing in population rapidly every single year and is adding thousands of new residents. I know what that means. It means high demand in housing, more population of people needing more places for their housing, their commercial real estate purpose, and their residential real estate purpose. And then as well, that is equally a great demand on lands. And I know one thing, land is only limited, right? So in the most areas, more people are demanding for land, and the price naturally will be going up. The sixth one is safer and stable investment environment. Now, Abuja experiences one of the most better urban planning. Number one. Then number two as well, it's one of the very most secure place when it has to do with top-notch securities in the entire place. It's one of the most safest place in the city of Nigeria. And this helps every single investor to ensure that your investment stays safe and secure. The seventh one, which is second to the last, and the last one will interest you, is hedge against inflation. Now, if you're investing in the city of Abuja, it's one of the best places that help you to hedge against inflation, because the property value in this particular area is experiencing growth every single time. Almost 25 to 30% increase on annual basis. In fact, much more than that. Some areas over 50%, some even more than 50% every single year. We've experienced some areas in Abuja where property growth in a single year did over 100%. Some areas did over 150%, and it's not a bubble. It's based on the demand, because there's a difference between having a bubbling market and then a market that actually grew into that based on high demand. This happens every time, and so it helps you to be able to hedge against any kind of inflation once you're investing in this particular city. And don't forget, it doesn't matter wherever you are in Nigeria or in different part of the countries. If you're putting in your money in Abuja real estate market, I assure you, you're making a right decision to grow your wealth. The last one, which is fantastic, phenomenal, is the eighth one, right? Emerging areas, the hidden opportunity. Now, there's a lot of areas that are actually springing up in Abuja, and you can get property at a very affordable prices. And these areas promises to be one of the most amazing locations that can help investors enjoy so much return on their investment in time to come. Some areas like Karushi, some areas like Kubwa, some areas like Gwagwalada, some areas like Lugbe, Kuje, several areas. All you need to do is to ensure that you do your proper due diligence and be able to invest right. Trust me, your decision you make today on it is going to be one of the best one ever you're going to experience. So these 80 points I've given to you now, take your time to analyze it very well. Discover that it is really interesting and it is verifiable facts. So if you've actually considered investing in the real estate market in Abuja, you can contact the number you're seeing right on the screen. I am Nigedu Henry, popularly known as the Housing Professor. And my job is to ensure that I guide you in the Abuja real estate investment to ensure that you stay profitable and build consistent transgenerational wealth in real estate. Thank you for watching.